Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to what you may have missed. But as you can see on the screen, it's What Are You Painting Now? It is not often that these two cross over, but I'm very excited when they do. So let's get right to it. What we're going to be taking a look at today is the Gemstone Technical Paints, the new metallics, and the new plastic bases by GW. Let's get right to it. So first off, here are the bases. I only have the 25-40mm pack, but in my opinion, it is fantastic. For me, it is the right price, mainly because of the number of bases you get. In addition to the 40-25mm and the 20-40mm, you get 16 full skulls and you get 16 skulls with the mouth missing. So the thing is, if you like the 40k aesthetic, these are for you. It's great because they're plastic, which means that you're going to have great connection to the base, which you will not always have with the resin ones. But if 40k isn't your thing, don't worry about it. These are not for you. That's pretty much it. If you like the 40k look, they're for you. And that's pretty much it. Don't worry about it. If they're not, they're not something that you have to worry about. Alright, let's move on. So first off, what I got was, I got 3 of the old Wood Elf Command cloaks. And on the first gemstone, I put 2 layers of Stormhost silver. On the next one, I put a layer of Leadbelcher, and on the final one, I put a layer of Mithril silver. Mithril silver is a very bright steel, and they recommend using the Stormhost silver with the technical paints, so I figured this would give a good lot of examples. So before we move on, what I'm going to show you is how I always used to do gemstones with a very quick tutorial, and I'm going to leave it linked in the bottom, which is from Necrotales. This is how I learned to do gemstones years ago. So you just paint it white, paint it black, and you do strips of the appropriate color, and then a white dot. The only difference between what I do and what they do is I put a gloss over this, and you can get a whole lot of different results. So here is one of the guys who I did up in my last Armies on Parade, who has more than one gemstone, and he came up pretty well in my opinion. But I couldn't really get a great shot with any individual gemstone, so here is one really large, not so good gemstone blown up to an extreme degree, and you can see exactly how it's done there, right? I've got the 2 white hot dots, right? I've got the black, and then I've got a whole lot of different red layers there, which have been mixed with black and various reds. And that's how I always used to do it. But here's what I did with these ones. I just threw on 2 layers of the technical paints. Now, the individual close-up shots, in my opinion, did not give a great showing. But this, with the flash on, did give a pretty good look at how they actually appear. So what I found surprised me a bit. It was actually the Leadbelcher that came out the best of all of these, in my opinion. They look pretty good, right? They don't look absolutely fantastic, but they look pretty good in my opinion. And so I thought that a whole lot of people were going to do the pretty basic stuff with these, so I did a bit of experimentation, and I decided I was going to show you what else there is. So what you can see down at the bottom there is the Skullcrusher brass and the Fulgrim copper. And what I realized very quickly with these is that the Stormhost Silver is the old, as I said, Mithril Silver. The Skull Crusher Brass is very, very similar to, I believe it's Shining Gold in its style. And then the Fulgrim Copper is very similar to the old Dwarven Bronze. In fact, I think that they're pretty much spot on matches. But I'll show you what I did up top. So, first up, see the end of the cannon or gun or whatever it is, right? That was actually just using the blood effect, using the exact same technique as this. I didn't apply it on with like a really thick layer. I just did a nice thin with the glaze, and that's how it came out. However, the purple ones were just done by mixing 50-50 of the Spirit Stone Red and the Soul Stone Blue. Then I did a similar mix with the Waystone Green and the Soul Stone Blue for that more aqua looking gem. The two ones on the side, what I did was I tried something out. I don't think that it worked out. I tried doing one layer of Spirit Stone Red and then a layer of the Soulstone Blue over the top, and I did the opposite with the other side, and I don't think that they look fantastic, but a lot of this is done up fairly quickly. So as you can see, guys, right, the Skull Crusher Brass I do believe is the much brighter color there. I will have to double check on that one, but I'm almost certain. Then the copper is the duller color, but I'm almost certain that these are exact matches for those old colors. I really like them because I love those old colors. And in my opinion, they are perfect for the shell casings, the Fulgrim Copper. Okay, so I hit each of these things up with some different things. So you see that big, beautiful blue gemstone there? That was done with a base of Warplock Bronze. Right? All of those ones at the bottom were done up with just 2 layers of the Spirit Stone Red over those other colors, right? And the green is just done over on a lead belcher because I wanted to see how that came up. Then I just did the Warpstone on some of these, see how it would come up when it's not as prepped, not as clean, and that's straight off the spray of the metallic. Right, and then up here, right, the blue is done with a Balthazar Gold, right, and that's the same with the central gem on the exhausts there. Those are also done with the Balthazar Gold, but the much darker gems are done with a Warplock Bronze. But that's almost it. These gems, unfortunately, the thing is that you want to be very, very certain that these things are dried. I did a lot of this in a bit of a rush because I was trying to get everything done. I've got a lot on, but that's for another time. So these things will peel away quite quickly if you don't give them adequate time to dry. They need quite a bit more time to dry. But that's pretty much it, folks. So I hope you enjoyed that, and that's all for now. If there's any questions, anything like that, please leave a comment. Alright guys, you have a good one, and keep those brushes wet.